In this video, we're going to talk about creating evidence of success, just listed, just sold, and just bought, and market stat posts for your social media. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'd like to start off with showing you what we're going to create, and then we're going to walk through the step-by-step checklist as well as actually creating the material. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and jump in and show you what we're going to create. Okay, so right here is the front of the social media post that we're going to put out for just sold. And we're actually going to use this format for just listed and just sold. All we're going to have to do is change the single word just listed and just sold so that it corresponds, as well as potentially changing the final price. But this is it. It's very simple. It has a beautiful picture, a little bit of information about the property as far as its address, its price, its beds, its baths. And then down here in the far right corner, we just have on our actual photo that we're going to be putting into our social media, hey, find out what your home is worth. You can call or text, and we give them a phone number to reach out. Next, we have an example of a just bought. So we're basically taking the same idea. We're going to have a photo of the property just bought. Now, though, we're going to impose over that a picture of the family that we've helped. And here's an example of one of the families. And I think it looks nice to show the real estate and the family, to show, again, connect that in people's minds. Real estate, family, your name, boom, boom, boom. And so you'll notice down here in the bottom right corner, it says, hey, you, the agent, helped another family buy a home. When you're ready to move, call or text the agent at this phone number. All right, and that's going to be the social media post, and then you're going to have text below that. All right, and here is an example of a market statistics or market stats posting that you're going to do. Very simple. It just shows the date, the month, and the year. It's going to show what you're going to be talking about. You're going to have your area, real estate market stats. You're going to have a little bit of a disclosure about where you pulled that data from and what time period. And then down here at the bottom is pretty cool. It's going to show this little graphic to grab people's eye with these houses at different levels, different colors. And then below it, we have our market stats. So we've got, for instance, an average sales price, how many new listings, how many sold in this period of time, in this case, the month, the average days on the market, and the sold to list price ratio. So we got a little bit of info for them. We'll post that out on social media as well as some text below it. What I'm always looking for is a way to create some efficiency. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to combine level 2 and level 3 market creation. Remember, level 2 is social media, and level 3 is going to be direct mail. And so what we're going to do in this section, this is our big tip right here for efficiency. We're going to prepare one marketing piece to use in the 2 mediums. And this is going to really speed things up for you each month. So we're going to have the social media post. We're going to use the image we just reviewed. And then we're going to have the direct mail piece is going to be a postcard. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's an example of our just listed or just sold. And this is the front of a creation for a postcard. We're also going to use that as our social media post. Now, the back side of the postcard is down here. And I'm going to show you this because we're combining the creation. So this is the back side of the postcard. It says, hey, the agent sold another home. When you need to move, call the agent. And then you can see all the homes for sale in the MLS at the agent's URL. That's in your Lofty account. All right, the Lofty public-facing website, nice and simple. And then it has a photo of you with your name and your phone number and your email and your title as well as your company. And then down here, it has just a couple quick little calls to action. So thinking about moving, number 1, ask me for my list of the top 10 best homes in your desired area and price range. So that's targeting a buyer. And then number 2, hey, ask me for my home value estimate to learn the highest price you can sell your home for. All right, and that's targeting a seller. Then we've got a little disclosure. Hey, this card is not intended to solicit a currently listed home. And we've got our logos up here to show that we're with the realtors and equal housing opportunity. All right, so that's going to be the back of the postcard that will go out. So again, we're doing multi-purpose creation where the front of this postcard is also the social media post, and then the back is just for the postcard, okay? But we're going to build it all out at the same time during this section. Another example here, we got the just bought. Here's the front. And we also have, and that's going to be the social media post, the front of the postcard, and then the social media post, same thing. And then the back is going to be the back of the postcard. And notice it's very similar to the original. We're just going to make a slight change here to say, hey, Mike helped another home. The agent helped another home. When you need to move, call Mike. That's the same. This is the same. All this is the same. All this is the same. We only changed the little beginning of the headline to make it match our just bought theme. Okay. And then finally, we got our market stat card, market stat post, which will also be the front of a postcard. And again, double duty for this, which is, again, making your life easier and simpler. Also might create some recognition for your people that they may see the similarities coming through and connect that to you, real estate and you. All right, the back of this is the postcard backing. And we just shared the, modified the beginning, which says, hey, Mike shares market stats, or agent shares market stats. And then everything else is the same. You'll notice all the way through. That's going to speed things up as well. We can template things and make them a lot faster. So that's where we're going. So again, that's the big tip that we're going to use one marketing piece to successfully reach out through two mediums. All right, so let's talk about how we're going to do that. We're going to go into Lofty, into the Design Center, and you can either follow this process going to the marketing, then the tools, then the Design Center, or if you choose and you want to get there the fastest, just go ahead and click this link. Click here, it'll bring you right into Lofty to the correct page. Since that's the easy way, I'll go ahead and take you through the little bit of the slower way, and that is we go Marketing Tools and Design Center. When you first open up Lofty, here's where you'll land, the dashboard, and where we're going to go is on the upper end, on the top end of the page, you're going to see Marketing. We'll go ahead and click that, and then on the far left, we'll scroll down to Tools, and then below that, we're going to scroll down to the Design Center, and we'll click it to open it up. All right, so the first thing we'll point out to you is notice all the different categories of pre-designed templates that are already available for you. And typically throughout the year, if there's a holiday coming up, they're going to go ahead and put that here at the beginning, which is kind of nice, and show you that Lofty has some material that you can go ahead and start off with a template, either send it out the way it is or modify it slightly for your purpose, which is really nice. All right, now we're going to go into the just listed creation steps. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick a template. And although you can use any of the templates that will pop up, below is our recommendation for simplicity and speed. And what that's going to be is in the Lofty designs, we're going to go to just sold, and then we're going to select the design with the swimming pool, which I'll show you in a minute, in the backyard. It's the 10th option. And then it has the title on it, which is find out what yours is worth, and we'll show you what that looks like. When we get there, we're going to hover the mouse over the mouse pointer over the photo of the template. We're going to select Edit and go to the Quick Edit options. And we'll end up in the Quick Edit options. So here's what we're talking about. We're here in the Design Center. And what we can do is down here, we have all these different designs. It's showing everything currently. We could go just look at Labor Day, or season to sell, or opportunity is knocking, or testimonials, or just listed, or just sold, or holidays. And we're going to go into just sold. This is a template I like for our purposes. And again, you can pick anything you want, but this is what I'm going to recommend. So we'll click in just sold. And a whole bunch of nice looking templates open up that we can use as a basis for our start. And I'll just show you there's a whole bunch of them that'll pop up and start to fill in. Ours is pretty easy to find. It's right up here at the top. It's the 10th one. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's right here, number 10. It may change order by the time you look. They may have added or subtracted some. So I'm going to show you the photo, what it looks like. It's right here. You'll notice there's the swimming pool in the backyard. It's a white 2-story house, and it has this format. Again, I'll let you look at that again. And what you're going to do is you're going to hover over it, just put your mouse over it, and it says, hey, do you want to edit or preview? And by the way, if you want to look at any of these, click the preview first. And what it does is it pops it open so you can double check and say, oh yeah, that's the one I want, or no, I don't like that one. And then once you're done previewing, just click the exit, push the exit button on your keyboard, and it'll go back away. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back down here and we are going to click the edit. So we click edit and it says, hey, is this what you want? If so, cool, we got the quick edit options. It says, hey, here's an optional point for you. If the subject property is in the MLS, you can autofill the property and the details right into this page. You can fill the property address or the MLS number under choose the listing property. I'll show you that in just a second. And if available, the options will display below it. And you can click on the property address and watch the autofill on the left. We're going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. Remember that you can find your office listings in Lofty as well as your own listings. So you can go here into listings. You could check your listings, but I don't have my listings. So I'm going to go pick one of the office listings to demo this for you. And over here on the right, there's some office listings in our area. I'm just going to scroll down and find one that has some good street appeal. This one looks nice right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab the address. It's going to want the address. So let's go ahead and grab that. Make a little quick copy and bring it over. We'll put the address into our search field. And hey, look at that. It pulled up the address of the property. We'll click on it. And now it knows what we're looking for. I'm going to leave the rest of this alone and go ahead and click refresh your design. And boom, look at that. It auto-filled the property as well as the address and the price and the number of bedrooms and baths. Pretty slick, right? Pretty nice, pretty quick. Okay, so that was the optional way to at least get your photo in there real quickly. Now let's keep going. Let's now talk about the advanced edit. That's what we're going to click next. So where that is on this quick edit page. If you go down to the bottom, and the bottom right corner says send mail. You're going to back up one. It says advanced edit and click on that. All right, now we've got this template loaded in that we want to work on. And it already loaded up some cool information to get us started. Again, we have the address, beds, baths, price, and we have just sold. And then we've got some information over here in the corner. We're going to update some of this information, as you're going to see. So you can edit or delete anything on the page. This is a kind of nice. Some of the earlier versions of things we've used in RAMS agents, we didn't have full control over the design. We will have that here in Lofty. So in addition, you can add text, photos, properties, elements, icons, logos, and the like if you look at the panel on the left. And so we're talking about this panel over here where it says text, photos, property, far left, property, elements, engage, icons, and logos. And we are going to do a little bit of that, as you'll see, but very minimal, just a few things. All right, next, what are we going to do? Note this template has two sides. It's two sides of a postcard. We're going to design both sides right now. We're going to use the front for our social media post, and then we're going to use the back in the next section when we send out postcards. We're just going to go ahead and design the whole thing right now since it's up. All right, let's go ahead and start doing it. So we're going to update the front of the card. And the first thing we're going to do is, this is a just listed property we're going to start with. So we're going to go from just sold to just listed. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change this just sold to just listed. So go ahead and click in the area, double click to get the word, and then start typing listed. And there we go. We just changed that from just sold to just listed. That was step one. Now we're going to go back and we're going to change some more text here. We're going to say find out. We're going to change that to find out what your home is worth. Find out what your home is worth. Okay, so we just made a slight modification there. Then we're going to change the next line that says, hey, call to call or text the agent's name at the agent's phone. So here we go. We'll say call or text. And my name is Mike, of course. So Mike at, and you can do either your first name or your first and last name. Either way, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm going to recommend using your full name, your first name and your last name, because again, this is a branding piece as well, right? We're trying to brand this for you. All right, what does it tell us to do next? We're going to save our work. So in the upper right-hand corner, we're going to click the three dots. We're going to select Save to a folder. For the name, we're going to enter the name of the design. And for the name, I'm going to recommend you put the address first and then what you've done with it. So just listed, then it will become a just sold. It could be a just bought. But that's what I'm going to recommend you do for your naming of this, so that once you have a whole bunch of these in here, you can find them quickly. So let's go do that. Let's see, we got our three dots up here in the upper right corner. So we click that and open it up. We've got several options here. We're going to click the one that says Save to Folder. So we've got the name of the folder, again, the address of the property then just listed, and then for the folder where we're going to put this, I like to put a folder in here that's your design, so you have some control over it, you know what's going on. So we'll open this up. You can pick some of these options, but you can click down here and it says Add New Folder. Let's go ahead and click that. And this folder, we're going to call it your name. So say Mike Designs. Right, so my first name and the word designs would be an option. You can name it something else. You can name it your last name, Cerrone Designs, or anything else. But you want to have something unique and distinctive to you so you'll know what it is. So I'm just going to leave it at Mike Designs, and I'll click Save. Back here, this was our quick edit. I'm going to go ahead and close this. And now we're in the Lofty Designs. We're going to now move to My Designs. We'll click My Designs open. And then for My Designs, we're going to look for it. And there it is, Mike Designs. So we're going to go ahead and click that open to see the folder, what's in the folder. And we now have our just listed that we just put together with the street address. And go ahead and click on the title to open it up. You could also, by the way, on the far right under Actions, you could click that Edit button. But we're going to go ahead and just click the title. And there we go. It did, in fact, save it. So we have our, again, the property, the photo, the address, all the information about it just listed, and our updates. Find out what your home is worth, call or text Mike, and our phone number. And that's what we did. We clicked Save. The screen, we went and found My Design folder, and we opened it up, and we went ahead and selected the design to open it back up. So now we're going to update the back of the card. We're going to take a little bit and go ahead and get this back done. It'll just take a few minutes. And the first thing it says, hey, change knowing to this statement. Agent name sold another home. So here in our editor, we're going to go ahead and we're on the first page. We're going to select the second page. And we're going to go up here to the first line, and we're going to change it. Go ahead and highlight the very first line, and we're going to change it to Mike sold another home. So the agent's name sold another home. Cool. Next, it says, hey, change the line that says trends makes to when you need to move, call agent's name. So down here is the second line. When you need to move, call Mike. There we go. Very clean, simple, and easy. So again, agent name sold another home. When you need to move, call agent. Now we're going to change the next one. It says find out more. We're going to change it to see all homes for sale. See all homes for sale in the MLS at, talking about this line right here. See all homes for sale in the MLS at. And what we're going to want to do is make sure you keep your URL, this HTTPS, because should be yours. If it's not, you can update it and change it, but it should have auto-filled in with your website for Lofty. So if it didn't, again, the format is your username and then .epicrealty.com. But this should have already been autofilled. If it's not, let me just tell you how to get it real fast to find and verify. You'll go over into your Lofty. Again, this is where you log in, and you're going to go instead to website. And there it is. So mine is my first name, last name, and it's my nickname that I use. That's the way I created it inside of Epic, and then therefore inside of Lofty. So just make sure that this is correct for you and what you set up, .epicrealty.com. And that's what's going to be at the end of this line in the postcard. Now, you notice I moved it and I kind of put it out of the way. And I made a mistake. The easiest thing to do is just go up to this undo button and click it, and it'll move it right back to where it was. Now, when I did that, it also, unfortunately, got rid of the text that I had in there, so I'm going to have to change it back. See all the homes for sale in the MLS. There we go. So we're back to where we want it to be. Okay, next, to the right of your picture, we're going to add 2 lines above the existing copy, and we're going to, by doing copy and paste, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and then we're going to enter this contact information as it shows below. So what we're looking for is to create 5 lines. Right now we have 3 lines, and that's cool, but I want to have 5 lines. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 2 lines. I'm going to highlight both of them. Let me show you what I did again. I left-clicked on one, and then I pushed down the Shift key, and I left-clicked on the other. And now I have 2 of them highlighted. And when I have 2 of them highlighted, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to here to where it says clone. Up in the upper tabs, I'm going to click the icon that says clone right next to the trash can. I'm going to click clone and see what happened. It created 2 more. Now I'm going to go down. They're already highlighted, so all I have to do is left click and hold the click button down, and then I can move them around to where I want it. Okay, so I'm going to move it over to here. Notice the little red lines kind of helps me line up the left edge, and that's looking pretty good. I'm going to get it to where I like it. It might take you a few movements, but this looks really good to me, so I'm going to let go, and then I'm going to look at it real close and see if the spacing looks right. Looks about right to me. Might be slightly off, but I'm going to leave that for now. And then I'm going to click outside of that space, and it goes away, and I've got my 5 lines now. On the 5 lines, I'm going to put the agent name, and then I'm going to put the agent phone number, and I'm going to bold that and put it in red. So let me show you there. We've got the agent, just happens to be, I already had my name there, which is nice, and then the phone number. Go ahead and put some dashes in there, make it look a little better. There's the phone number. Now, while I'm highlighted on this one, I'm going to click the bold button. Notice up here above it is a option menu. We're going to click the bold, and I have a dot that's black. I'm going to click it open, and I'm going to click the red. And then I'm going to click just outside the space, and now I have the name and the phone number highlighted in red, which looks pretty cool. All right, then we're going to add our email address, the next line. So the next line here, I'm going to change where we put the email address in. Okay. And so now we've got the name, phone number, email address. What's next? It says, hey, put your license type. Okay, so whatever your title is in your state, you probably have to make a disclosure about that. So I'm an associate broker or broker associate. And then the last part is we put the company name. All right, or whatever your state is requiring. Some states have certain requirements. That's why I'm saying you want to check with your broker. It may need to say EPIQUE Realty. I'm in Colorado. It may need to say EPIQUE Realty Colorado or something unique. Just double check with your broker. All right, so now we've got this section, our cool picture, and we've got this. And by the way, I should have told you when we did the front of the card, if you don't like the picture, it's pretty easy to change. You can go ahead and just click on it. And then you click this replace button and you can go find a different photo that you want to use as an example. Okay. All right. So let's keep going in our construction of this. What's next? We're going to change what are to thinking about moving, question mark. So here, we're going to change this to the question mark. Thinking about moving. All right. Boom, we got that. Then we're going to go grab some more text. And here it is. We're going to change if you're buying to, hey, number 1 and number 2. And I'm going to try to highlight this and paste it in. Let's see, copy. And what I found is if I highlight not the whole thing, but one letter in, and then leave one letter at the end. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes this will work better for my paste. And then I'm going to do Control V. All right, cool. So that helped me out there a little bit. You might have to type it in, but I was able to use Control V to paste. Let me tell you again what I did there. I just highlighted the area in the Quick Start Guide, and you can either right-click and then copy, or you can highlight it and on your keyboard do Control C or Control C for copy. And then when you get to where you want to paste it in, you highlight it in and you do Control V right next to the C. V is in Victor. And boom, it puts it in there. And it added a little more space in the end. So then you got to go back in and just make sure it didn't add any extra letters. So I had a couple periods at the end I got rid of, and then this first character at the beginning. So now I've got what I want in there. I'm going to go from my 1 to my 2, and I'm going to click remove some spaces. I always like to remove spaces. And then I'm going to click the enter or return to create a little bit of space. Okay, so I did that twice to open that up. I think it just looks better, reads better. And there it is. Enter a line break between the first and second sentences just for a visual appeal. Again, we're talking about that space right here. And then next, add a text box under the last entry by clicking the text icon in the left panel and then clicking on the postcard. And in there, we're going to enter this text. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it now. Let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the left. It says text. We're going to click on text and then says, hey, what do you want to do? Add a heading, add a subheading, or add the body text. I just want to add the very last one, body text. I'm going to left click on this, see what happens. It goes ahead and it drops in a little text box for me right here. So I'm going to click in there and I'm going to go over the text that's currently there, and then I'm going to do a copy V. And the copy V was because I was going a little fast, but I was over here and I did a copy C because I knew I was going to put that in there. So copy C here. And then again, we'll highlight inside there and copy V. For me on my computer, for whatever reason, it works better for me to do that. And I cannot do a right click paste, but I can do it with the copy C and then copy V. So copy Charlie and then copy Victor. Now, I've got my text in here, and I'm going to highlight it. The next thing I want to do is change the font size down to 32. So up here is the font size. We'll go ahead and click this ups and downs. We can go just click it all the way down to 32. All right, now it's small enough that we can do something with it. And then we're going to move this text box below the lowest text box on the lower left of the corners. in that disclosure area. So I'm going to click out of it, and then I'm going to click on it, and then you'll see this 4-pointed cross, and if I left click on it, I can now move it. And I'm going to move it all the way down under here. Notice that left red line pops open. That's great. Kind of help me with some alignment. I want it aligned there, I believe. Notice it's pretty close under that text. I need it to be there for the postcard part so it actually stays on the postcard, doesn't get cut off during processing. So I think that's a good space, and once I'm happy with it, I'll just left click somewhere else on the card, and boom, it says not intended to solicit a currently listed home. Hey, we're looking pretty good here. And we did that, move the text box, and now we're going to save our work. So on the upper left corner, click those 3 dots and select Save to Folder. So up here, upper right corner, 3 dots, we click, open it up, and we'll go through the options. The one we want is Save to Folder. We'll click that, and now it is saved back into our folder. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, now we're going to open our design again. So we'll click on the link on the address. Double check, do a quick little proof, make sure everything looks good here. We got the address and the price and the beds and the baths and the price highlighted. We have just listed. We've got, hey, find out what your home is worth, call or text the agent's name at the phone number. Maybe we want to add in the phone number, those spaces, right? So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Looks a little better. All right, and now we'll go ahead and look at the back of the card. Interesting. It removed my top information, kept this next line correct. All this is correct, and the bottom is correct, but it did remove this, changed it. I don't know why, but it did. And then down here at the very bottom, it cut the line. So I'm going to just stretch the line. I'm going to make a couple quick changes here. I'll just go back to my material and add it back in. Notice how I'm just being practical. I have no idea why it did that, but I'm just going to be practical. And I'm going to copy the information I need. So here we go. Agent name, sold another home. And I'm going to Control C. And I'm going to Control V. Okay, we'll go ahead and update that. And then the next one, we'll make sure we get it as well. All right, so that's what we want. It's looking good. So now we're back down here. We just opened our design, checked it, and found an error, so we had to update. So now we're going to go to the next part, which is download your social media post image. All right, so back over here, we're going to click this open, and instead of doing save to folder, we're going to click the word download. And for download, you got a couple options. You can do it as a PDF. You can download it as a PNG, or you can download it as a JPG. And JPG is very common. It's a smaller video format. It's very popular. It's got a smaller size to the file. And then the PNG is a higher quality photo. So you could pick which one you want to do, since most of the time people are using the JPG, or also known as JPEGs. Then we're going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to click the download button. And you'll notice it went flying up into our computer. All right, next we're going to go find our image on our computer. Note you downloaded 2 images. The front is for social media, and the back is for the postcard. So here I found the download, and they called it image 1. You could rename that. Probably click it open and rename it so you don't forget what it is. So I'm going to name it the address of the property, just listed, social post and postcard. And if I then open it up, it's a zip file. So we're going to go ahead and open it, double click on it, and we can see inside it gave us these unique numbers. Let's go ahead and open the top one. And there it is. We've got our social post now ready to go. Again, you may want to rename it, but it looks really good. So let's close it. Okay, now what you would do is post the image to your social media account. And here is an example of some text you can use right here. Hey, if you want to see this property, contact me for a private showing. If you know someone else who'd like this property, please share this post with them. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a property, contact me for a free confidential consultation. All right, so there you go. You've got some text. You can use that or create your own, but there's an example. And you have just created a just listed piece for your social media post, right? Now let's go on and create the just sold piece the very same way. You can follow the exact same directions we did above. And instead of saying just listed, you say just sold. Let me show you something that's pretty cool. The fastest way is to copy and modify the design that you've already created. Let me show you what I mean. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the just listed design that we just created before for the same property address. So basically what's happened is we moved through time. We went from, hey, we just listed the property to a couple weeks later, a couple months later, we have it sold and closed. And so now we're going to go into the design center. We're going to go into my designs and we're going to click open those agent design folders. Let me show you what I mean. All right, here's the dashboard. When you first go in, you're going to go over to marketing. You're going to scroll down to tools, and then below that, you're going to see the design center and click it open. You're going to start on Lofty's designs and up in the upper left, and then you're going to move over to my designs, and you open that up, and then you have these folders, and you created one with your name, Mike's Designs, and we'll go ahead and click that open. And there it is. There's that just listed card that we've already created, and it's ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and use it for the next part of the project. So we'll go ahead over to the far right where it says Actions, the last column. The first one is Edit. The second one is Copy. Third one is Download. And then the fourth one is Delete or Trash. We're going to go to the Copy icon and click it. And it's going to bring this up with a name, and it's going to say, hey, we would name it the same thing with the word copy at the end. And what we're going to do is we're just going to change this because we're going to create it a just sold. All right, and once we do that, we're going to click copy. By the way, I'm going to keep it in the same folder, and we'll click copy. And there it is, just came up as a just sold. We had the just listed and now the just sold. So we located the just listed design, and then under that action column, we did click the icon that looks like two pieces of paper. That was the copy button. And then we did rename it, and we created the word sold at the end, the address and just sold. And we did select the exact same folder, and we click copy. So we're all now back in sync. And the next thing is, hey, go ahead and modify the copy design. So find and click the copy design list to open it and modify the front with the image on it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we've got this one, the new one, just sold. Make sure you open up sold, not listed. So we click sold. And there it is, bingo. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to the bottom here. Instead of listed, we're going to say sold. And there it is. And that's the front. And that was all we had to change on the front. Now we'll do a double check and make sure we still have the address. We still have the price, the beds and baths, and the price. just sold, and we still have our information we changed before. Find out what your home is worth, call or text the agent's name at the phone number. So that's looking good. It looks really good there. It says, okay, now go ahead and modify the back, and we're going to change agent listed to agent sold. All right, so we'll go ahead and click open the back, and hey, look there, it kept everything we needed. So it says, hey, Mike sold. And I just realized I made a bit of an error in that my first postcard didn't say sold, said sold when it was supposed to say listed another home. And so let's go ahead and save that. So we're going to go ahead and put the text in that says, hey, Mike listed another home. When that looks good, we're going to go ahead and click the save. And now it looks correct. And by the way, now we want to download this one, the correct one. So we'll go ahead and hit the 3 dots and the download, the PNG, and click the download button. That's going to do our correct image for us for the zip file. All right, now we got the just sold design ready to go. This is our social media post on the front, and we'll also use it for the postcard front, and here's the postcard back. We'll go ahead and click Save to Folder, save that, and then click on it to open it back up. And there it is, just sold, looking good. All right, we reopened the design back up, and we go to the next step, which is, hey, download your social media post image. Okay, now let's download the social media post. We're going to click the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and we're going to click download. So we'll go ahead and click these 3 dots in the upper right corner. And instead of clicking save, we're going to go up to the upper corner and click download. It says, hey, which one of these do you want to download? We're going to click the JPEG and click the word download. And notice, boom, it popped up into our computer. Now we're going to find the image on our computer. And note that you did download 2 images. One is for the front of the social media post. That also happens to be the front of the postcard. And then the second one is for the back of the postcard. We did it at the same time. Remember, we're multitasking here. We'll go ahead and find it, and I'll rename it. This is going to be right now we have the just sold, and we'll go ahead and click that open. Take a look at the first one. And there it is, our just sold post. Notice it's very similar to the just listed post. The big change was simply the words down here, just sold. Now, we may have had a different price, and if so, we would have updated the price as well. Okay, now that you have the image to use for your social media post, you're going to take that image and post it in your social media account. Here's the simple text you can put under it, and then you can either send the post out immediately, or you can schedule it. But here is some text that you can use. Hey, I just sold another home at a great price. If you're thinking about buying or selling a property, contact me for a free confidential consultation. That's it, pretty simple. Notice what we did there. We said, hey, I just sold another home at a great price. Somebody who's thinking about selling thinks it's a great price high. Somebody thinking about buying thinks it's a great price maybe low. Whatever they're thinking, that's great. We can start a conversation with them because, hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a property, contact me for free confidential consultation. Pretty cool. So now we have just completed our just sold creation. And now we're going to go to the next step, which is learning how to create a just bought. Okay, now let's go into a just bought creation. Let's go ahead and set that up. And now the fastest way to do this, surprise, surprise, is to go ahead and just copy one of our existing just listed or just sold designs, because we already have all the good information in there. And it'll be really fast that way. So we're going to go ahead and find one of our just listed or just sold designs we've already created in the Design Center. And let's go ahead and do that first. All right, so again, remember how we got here. We went into marketing over on the left, tools, design center, and then your name, designs. And this is the folder that's opened up. And so we'll just take one of these, doesn't matter which. Let's go ahead and do the sold one. We're going to go over to the right and do actions and click the copy button. It's going to pop open. And so let's see, we went into designs, my designs, we clicked on the agent design folder. We found one of the designs that we're going to copy, and we click the copy icon to make a copy of it. Now next, and we're going to name it the name of the client and then the word just bought. So let's do that. Let's say we got Jennifer Smith here. Why don't we just do that? So here we go, Jennifer Smith just bought. All right, that was our family that we helped. And then we're going to keep it in the same design folder, right? Yep, select that same agent folder and then click the word copy over here to create it. And there it is. Jennifer Smith just bought. All right, next we're going to modify the design. So go ahead and find and click the copy design to open it. So here it is, Jennifer Smith, and we click just bought. And that pulls it open for us to start working on. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to modify the front first. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the black box and text in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, we're going to highlight each part and then we're going to click delete. So it's going to look like this. This box in the upper left corner, we're going to remove this black box and the items that are in it. So we'll go ahead and say highlight the first part. And then up here, you can see the delete icon. We'll go ahead and click that, and there it goes. It went away. We'll take the next part there and do the same, and then the final part and do the same. And now we've got this box, and we're going to delete the box out of here as well. And now look at that. We've cleaned up the section to make it look real nice there and open this up. You're going to see where we're going. Well, I already showed you where we're going, but it's going to look nice. All right, next we're going to change the property photo to the purchase property photo. So be sure to use your own photo and get permission from the listing agent to use. If you're going to use the listing photo, be sure to get permission for that. Or just go over there with your camera and make a picture of the property yourself and upload it at this point. You're going to click on the photos on the left panel, and then you're going to import the property photo. All right, and then you're going to replace it with an existing photo with the correct property photo. All right, so it's going to look like this. So here's your photo that we've got in here. We're going to click on it. And when we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down with my scroll button, and it opens it up a little bit. It kind of shrinks everything down. All right, the other thing I could have done is down here, we've got a zoom out button, all right, and a zoom in button. When I do that, what I see is at the top of this photo, let me show you that again. I click on the photo. Up here at the top, it says, hey, you got some options. You can replace the photo, the property, the logos, etc. We're going to click replace photos. And then we're going to go into our database of photos and go ahead and replace it. Now, if we have one here, great, we'll click on it. If not, we'll go into our computer and upload it, then select it, and it'll auto-fill into this space. I'm going to assume this is the correct photo to begin, but I want to show you how you could change it. Now, the key for design is we're going to add the home buyer photo over the property photo on the right side using the same method as we used above. So here, let me show you what I mean. So here we are. We're going to be in here, and we're going to go into photos on the left. It pops open a bunch of recently used photos, which I could select. If I didn't have my photo in there, I could go over here and say, click add an image, and go on my computer and find that image, and it would draw it in here. I do have the photo down here at the bottom, so I'm going to click on it, and we'll add it. Notice it added it and added it really big. So again, I'm going to scroll out, or I could use my plus minuses. Now, the photo is way too big, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a corner and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Notice it'll, if you grab the corner, it'll change size in proportion. And that's why we want to grab the corner. And we're trying to get it down to about the height of the property photo. And so then I'm going to scroll in. Again, I'm using my roller on my mouse. You can also use these plus and minus buttons at the bottom. It's still highlighted, and I'm going to start moving this photo over to the right, and I'm going to do my best to try to line it up with the picture. Now, what I like to do, because I have some extra white space above and below, I want to actually have this picture pop out a little bit. So I'm going to open it up just a bit beyond the border. Now, remember, I don't want to get all the way to the white border, because then when we do the postcard part, it could get cut off. But I'm going to open it up a little bit so it pops. Now I'm going to click outside of it and see how my edges look. My edges look pretty good. I'm looking at the top and the sides, right side, left side, bottom. Looks pretty good, and it's over the house. The highlight here is the people. So it's okay if the house gets cut, it looks partial, no big deal. What I want to do is I want to see the people. Now you could also left click and hold the picture and say move it to the other side if you thought it would be better, because we got that garage there. And maybe that's better to block the garage and show the front of the house. That's fine too. Either way, whatever you think looks better to your eye. I kind of think that looks better showing the front door and the front porch. So I'm probably going to do mine that way. Either way would have been fine. So there you go. We've got the photo in now. Next, we're going to change the text from just listed to just bought. So down here, update this text. Bought. Oops. Cool. So we have just bought. We're also going to change this text over here. So let's go look at that. We're going to change that text to agent name, helped another family buy a home when you're ready to move. So I'm going to highlight this text, Control C to copy it. Now I'm going to go back into my template, and I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so we can see a little better. Okay. What I want to do is I want to just select the first line, and then I'm going to Control V and enter it. All right. And I entered more than I needed. So then I'm going to take this out here. I'm going to update some information. So in this case, I'm going to add the agent's name. That's my name is Mike. Your name will be your name. And then now look how nice this looks. So I got the first line. And when you're ready to move, and then we've got the return to get the next line. Now you'll notice what happened here is the text moved down, the whole text block moved down, and it's really close to the edge, which could be a problem for when we print this out for our social post or for when we're going to make it a postcard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click outside of it, and then I'm going to click it again, and now I've got the move feature, and I'm just going to move it up to at least there. Notice where this red line came through bought, that line got centered, and I kind of like that. So notice I'm using these red lines. So there's a line going through just bought, which is now centered on my text, and then there was a red line on the far right there, showing me that I'm good with the picture as far as alignment, and I'm going to probably try that. And then I still have space on the bottom and the right of my text block. So I'm looking good. I feel good about that. So Mike helped another family buy a home. When you're ready to move, call or text Mike Cerrone at, and the phone number. Looking good on the front of the card. And that's what we just did here. We highlighted and recentered the lower right text block to be centered with the left text block. All right, now once we got that done, we're going to modify the back of the card. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so the front is looking good. And we'll go ahead and select this box right here, the second box. And we've got some information we got to update. So on the back, what we're going to do is we're going to change the agent listed or sold to agent helped another family move. And so we'll highlight that. We'll do a Control-C copy. We'll go into this space for the first line. And we'll do a Control-V to put it in there. And then we'll just enter our name as the agent name. And there we go. So agent name Mike helped another family move. When you need to move, call Mike. And that's it. Look how quick and easy that is. That's why we're using the template from before. In a minute, we're going to save with the 3 dots and save it to our folder. All right, but what we did was we basically just updated the first line. Mike helped another family move, and when you need to move, call Mike. And boom, the rest of it is already in there and ready to go. Cool. So we'll go over to the 3 red dots, and we'll go and find Save Folder, and we'll click Save Folder. And there it just saved it. Now we'll open it back up. So we'll just click on the name of it. Cool. And now we got the saved version. All right, front and back have both been updated. And now we're going to go ahead and do download for our social media image, which you now know how to do. We're going to click the 3 dots in the upper right corner. We're going to click the download button. And then we're going to find that image on our computer. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we are. We'll go to the upper right corner, 3 dots. We open it up. Instead of clicking save, we'll click download now. And we'll go across and pick the JPEG, and we'll click the word download. Now here in our downloads, we've got this file. We'll go ahead and rename it. This was Jennifer Smith just bought. And let's go ahead and open it. And now we've got the 2 items, the front of the card and the back. The front is the social media post, and then the back is the back of the postcard. So social media post, we'll pop that open. Yeah, there it is. Boy, that looks good. All right, cool. Boom. I sure like that one. Looks good. All right, and then we'll go ahead and close this. And then we double check the back. Yeah, back is looking great too. Okay, now we're ready to post. So we can post this image into our social media account. Here's some text that we can use under the image. And then we can either send it out right away or schedule it. And here's that text. Hey, I just helped another family move. If you're thinking about buying or selling a property, contact me for a free confidential consultation. So you can use this or use your own. I'll also just make a quick reminder. I use the word I for my own listing. For my own clients that I was helping in this case. If you were doing this for someone on your team or in your company, remember you can use the word we and get this out there as well. Just make full disclosure that it was someone else's client. You would put that in your little disclosure statement at the bottom. All right. Now we've done a great job, and we have just figured out how to put together a just bought social media post. Now we're going to move on. And we're going to learn how to put together a market stat creation for that post. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick a report template. And remember, again, you can use any template that's out there, but we're going to recommend one for you that we think looks really good and will also be quick and simple to put together. So we're going to go into Lofty Designs, and we're now going to click the word report. And once we do that, we're going to select the design with 5 clip art houses on staggered blocks, which is option 13. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so we're back here in My Designs. We're going to either click this word back, which will bring us back to the Design Center, or you could start new by saying Marketing, and then going down here to Tools and go to Design Center. And once we're here, we're going to make sure we're in Lofty Designs in the upper left corner. Lofty Designs now is open, and there's a lot of templates that you can use from them. We're going to go across, and we're going to click this button that says 17 more. And when we do, we got a lot of options that pop open. And we're going to pick the one that says report, just a simple word, report. Go ahead and click that. And now Lofty is showing us some of the reports that they've created. We're going to go down, scroll down, and then we're going to pick number 13. Now, number 11 looks similar. See, this is 5, 10, 11 looks similar. Not a bad design. You could use it. But I'm going to pick this one over here, which is number 13. Once we found that design, we're going to simply click the word edit. So we hover over it and we click the word edit. Okay, so our template pops open that we can use and we're ready to start working. Remember, you can edit or delete anything on the page. In addition, you can add text, photos, properties, elements, icons, logos, etc. by using our left panel. And we're going to be doing a little bit of that today, a little bit of moving around. Again, not too much, just a little light editing here. All right, note this template has two sides, as we've been doing before. Remember, the front is going to be for social media and the back is going to be for the postcard. All right, we're going to update the front of the card now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete the text box in the upper right corner that reads, "We are searching for homes." So what we're talking about is this text box over here. Again, we are searching for homes for the buyers, blah, blah, blah. We're going to remove that. So highlight it and then go over here to the delete button and click delete. Okay, then we're going to modify the upper left text block. And it says, hey, change your local to, we're going to do month and year, local area, real estate market stats. So go ahead and Control C that, and we're going to put that information in here. Control V for Victor. And we can update this, by the way. Let's see, the month, whatever month you want. Let's do August of, say, 2024. And then it says, hey, local area. And for me, that would be Metro Denver. You pick the area that you want to be putting this out to. Remember, it's going to go to everybody in your piece SOI, so make sure that you're talking about an area that covers everything. If you've done a newsletter, it'll tie into that newsletter, what area you pick there. All right, so expand the text block between the left and right edges of the page and down to almost the top of the houses, and also increase the font size to 175. All right, so we're going to go ahead and highlight this. We're going to expand, so I'm just going to grab this right block and pull it aside. All right, and what I'm trying to do is have an equal number of space on the left and the right, this block. Okay. And then we're going to highlight the text, and we're going to expand from 150 up to 175. So see, I'm using the arrows. You could also, by the way, just highlight it and type in the number and then hit the tab button. All right, so now I've got the date. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, the date on the first line, and on the second line, I want the area with the word real estate, and the last line, the word stats. I'll take this period out there. Okay, it says next, hey, add a small text block under the heading, under the headline, and it's going to read this information here, and we're going to change that font to 48. I'll do a Control C there on the text that I want, but let's go get that text block. So we'll go to the word text, we'll click it, and it opens up the options. We'll go to the last one, add a body text, and we have that right here. We'll go ahead and highlight it and do a Control V. And there we go, we got the data from, and then I'm going to click out, then click on it and move it over. I want it to start here. I want it to stretch across. Pretty good. I'm going to change this font to, what did it say? Yeah, change it to 48. I actually started at 48, so we're in good shape. Now I'm going to, of course, fill my blocks. So it's data from, in my case, it's RE Colorado. It's my MLS. And then the stat area. And we've got the stat area is Metro Denver. And then the month and the year. If I'm putting this out in August, it's going to be for July 1 through the 31st of that same year. There it is. Boom. All right, so we got the headline and the sub-headline already set up. Let's see, now we're going to go and add an S to the end of sold listings. So we're going to update this stuff. Sold listings needs an S. We're going to change days on market to average days on market. Add the word average. We're going to change this price to a percentage, in this case, 98.9. Let's just go ahead and do that, and we'll see where we're going with all this. So this up here, so that's what we're talking about, the price to 98.9%. Oops. There we go. 98.9%. We're going to change this 546 to sold to list price ratio. So this address. Okay. Notice I'm just getting the info in there first, and then we'll balance it out. And here we go. Balance any text blocks by highlighting and moving them to look sharp or clean. I'm going to use some centering as well. Okay, so that one looks good. That one looks good. That one, we need to center this. So we'll go ahead and align center. Oh. This one looks fine, except we got to align this one. There we go. This one, we need to align the top one. Hey, there we go. We're looking good, looking good. And then what we're going to do each month, we're going to update those 5 stats based on our MLS research. So you go in here and you find out that, hey, the price wasn't $7.80 in my area. The price was, whatever your area is, $3.56, let's say. Whatever it is in your area. We didn't have 40 new listings in that area. During that time, we had 21. We didn't have, let's see, how many solds did we have? We had 12. And what was the average days on the market? This month was 37. And what was our average average sold to list price ratio? Was 99.2. There you go. Look how fast we could update that. And again, you can pull those stats typically right out of your MLS super fast. There's probably already a report created for you. If not, you can run a fast report and get those stats and fill out your card. All right, next we're going to save our work in the upper right corner. You're going to select the 3 dots, and we're going to save it to the folder. And for the name of the design, we're going to have the local area market stats month and year. So let's do that. We got the 3 dots. We're going to save the folder. We're going to name it Metro Denver Market Stats, and the month was, I think, August of 2024. And of course, the folder is your agent's design. We're going to click Save, and there we go. So let's do that. We'll go ahead and pick our design folder. We'll click Save. And it's in there now. Where it is under My Designs. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on Mike's Designs, and there it is. So we'll go ahead and click it Open again. Oh man, that's looking good. Now we're going to need to update the back, and because we didn't copy it, we actually have to go and do the big update again. But it'll go pretty fast. Let's go ahead and practice. So we're going to change knowing up to. We're going to change it to this, and remember we can just copy and paste. So we'll do Control C. Go into the back of the card, and this is our first line. We'll do a Control V, and the agent name is your name. Okay, so Mike shares market stats, or agent shares market stats. And then you'll remember this. We'll go ahead and change the second line. There we go, Control V. Now, if you run out of space here, remember what you can do. If your name is longer, just grab this little box and move it out, right? This is your card. You can make it work for you. Next, we've got change, find out more to see all the homes for sale in the MLS at. Go ahead and copy this. Be sure to keep your website URL when you do this. What they're saying is don't copy the whole line. I'm going to lose this thing. What you want to do is just change the beginning. Go, boom. See all the homes for sale in the MLS. Boom, boom. Going fast and doing good. All right, next, right of your picture, we're going to add 2 lines. And you remember how to do that, so let's go ahead and do it. We'll click the first one, then we click Shift key and do the second one. And up here, we click the clone. And then we're going to left and hold down and move this thing around. Left click and move it around until we feel we get some balance. And we'll click it out. All right, and then once that's done, we're going to do agent name and agent phone number. Agent name and agent phone number. Cool. And with that agent phone number, we're going to also bold it and do the color. All right, and then we're going to do the email. So the next one here is email. And then the next one is going to be the license type and then the company. So license type is going to be, for me, broker associate. So you may be salesperson or whatever your title is in your state. And then we got the company. And we've got the company name. Boom. That's coming along nice and quickly. And then we'll go ahead and change our title. Notice I'm doing all these Control C's and Control V's. Control Charlie and Control Victor. Makes it go real fast. And we'll go ahead and get this copied here. Oh boy, it's moving along nicely. And we just make the format look good. Yeah, real good. Take out a couple spaces there. I like one space between these two. All right. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to add a text box with this text. So I'm going to copy this text in here. Copy. I want to change that font size to 32. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go over to text, add a body copy, highlight this, do Control B, add a little extra there at the beginning, clean that up. I want to get this to 32, so I'll highlight it, change it to 32 for the font. And there we go. Now we'll go ahead and click out and then click on so I can move this around. Right up under there. That's it. Oh yeah, looks good. So not intended to solicit a currently listed home. I got my disclosure in there. You can add any other disclosure your state requires or any other information your state requires. Like if your state requires you to put your license number in there, you can put it right in here. Just make another line and add it in. Okay. All right, so that is now looking good. We did all that. Now we're going to save our work. In the upper right corner, we're going to click the three dots and up here, three dots, and we're going to save the folder. So we'll go ahead and click it open and just make sure that everything got there. Yeah, everything looks good on the front. Saved everything. On the back, ooh, it saved it too. Mike shares market stats. When you need to move, boom, everything looks good. Yeah. Okay, this line got a little shortened for some reason down here at the bottom. So we'll just stretch it out. There we go. All right, so that's looking good. So we open it back up to design, which we just did. Check everything, make sure it's good. And when it is, we're going to download our social media post. How do we do that? We go to the three dots in the upper right corner. We click download, and we're going to bring those images into our computer and then go find them. So we go over here to the upper right. We click on the dots. We click download. We're going to pick the JPEG and click download. All right, we're going to go ahead and rename this. We'll call it Market Stats. This was for August 24, and this is social post and the postcard. Boom. And now we'll open it just to make sure everything is there and looking good so we can post. So we open it up, and the first one is the front of the card. Yeah, it looks good too. Oh, all right. And then we'll double check the back. Yeah, Mike shares market stats. Everything is looking good. Everything's updated. Like it. Okay, now we're going to post the image to your social media account. Here's some sample text. And remember, you can schedule it right away or put a delay in there and schedule it for it to go out at another time. But here's the text. Hey, hope you find these stats helpful. If you know someone else who'd like this data, please share this post with them. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a property, contact me for a free confidential consultation. So you can use our recommendation or write up your own, but there you go. And now you just learned how to create a market stat post for your social media account inside of Lofty. We have one other note here, and that is that another design option, if you don't like working inside Lofty for some reason, is you could go ahead and use templates inside of Canva Pro or Thank.io. Those are also some resources that we have as part of our benefits of being part of EPIQUE. So pretty cool, and I just wanted to point that out. But I've been pretty happy with what we've seen inside of Lofty. And now you have everything you need that you can go ahead and create your own social posts, your social media posts.